Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Jerrel, I'm the developer of the Silver Falls games. I'm from Sungrand. So, in case you haven't heard yet, I've been working on some final games for the 3DS and the Wii U, and it's with great thanks to Nintendo that I've been able to do this. What I'm doing, any developer could do what I'm doing, but it's really Nintendo that has been so incredible, and I'm so grateful that they've offered this opportunity to where I can keep bringing these final games to the 3DS and Wii U. I'm not entirely sure how much longer the window of opportunity is, but I think it's a great show of faith that Nintendo does appreciate all of these people who have supported 3DS and Wii U over the years, and I really just want to bring some things that are just a great way to celebrate the 3DS and Wii U, so that when eShop does close down for these consoles next year in March 2023, we can all have these games to enjoy, and we can see for a fact that Nintendo does actually care about us. They do want us to enjoy these consoles just a little bit more. So I'm checking in today to let you know that I've been working my absolute hardest. I'm quite certain that once I have these games finished and submitted, I'll have to do some serious physiotherapy for my back and my shoulders. I've just been working brutal schedules, but it's required in order to get the work done. So where I am now is finishing the launch day versions for these games. I've finished the new update for 3 Down Stars and submitted that. It's significant. It fixes a massive amount of things, especially the crash at the very end of the game. The game is massively more stable, and there's a graphical overhaul. So I hope people look forward to the 3 Down Stars update coming soon. I'm very excited to let you all know that I've just finished final testing on White Inside Its Umbra for Wii U. We've been going through the submission process with Nintendo for a few months now. They want the game to be as best as it absolutely can be. They just want people to have something that's just right. But also, because the game uses the balance board, the gamepad, and the Wiimote, we do have to be very careful that the game is safe, that it adheres to all the guidelines. So I'll go over more details in the future, but I just wanted to share some of my excitement for the game with you guys. Many of you have been following the game and its development for quite a while, and it's actually thanks to all of you for asking for the game that I've even salvaged it from cancellation. This was my first commercial title in development that I've attempted, but I think I started development in around 2014 or 15. I wasn't experienced a developer enough to create White Inside Its Umbra, so I understood that, so I canceled it and I set it down. I thought I don't have what it takes to create this. So I spent some extra time refining and just fine-tuning and extra testing the Frontier Hunters mode. So if you're familiar with 3 Down Stars and you've enjoyed Frontier Fighters mode, you'd understand the concept of a game that's sort of infinite in its style of gameplay, and there's many multiple playable characters that are all unique. They have their own skills and play styles, and Frontier Hunters, that will be White Inside Its Umbra. Frontier Hunters will be a light gun style arcade shooter, and it leans very heavily into the Frontier philosophy of gameplay, where it's infinite, and you have there's around 20 playable characters in Frontier Hunters, so please look forward to using the code linker to take characters from your other favorite Silver Falls titles and bring them into White Inside Its Umbra, and they'll be playable in Frontier Hunters. Each character has their own unique wheel. It's a wheel that has skills set out on the wheel, and you have to earn wheels or skill spokes from completing missions. Skill spokes all have different shapes. I'll create videos and share more of that system with you coming soon, because I really enjoy that system. Many of you enjoyed the skill board from 3 Down Stars that offered a puzzle aspect and a dynamic way to equip your character skills. The skills wheel system uses spokes of different shapes, and again, it offers an exciting and interesting way to get your characters customized and powered up. You're going to be collecting heaps of different weapons. The weapons can have skills attached to them, and there's going to be a variety of enemies that you may recognize from other titles in the Silver Falls series. What's also exciting about the code linker system for White Inside Its Umbra is that not just characters can come over from other titles, but monsters can come over from other Silver Falls games, and they can invade Inside Its Umbra in missions. So I sort of got lost in testing, playing Frontier Hunters today, just making sure it's just right. But I was having a huge amount of fun. I really hope people look forward to this. I'm very excited about it. I grew up playing games like Area 51 and Time Crisis, Elemental Gearbolt. So for people that enjoyed those arcade shooters, I really hope that I'm able to bring something special to you. And it has such a deep, complex system in terms of RPG elements. You can earn experience points and level up your characters, and collect new equipment, and also power up and customize the equipment. And your character's skills also bring something special into the combat system. And it's very dynamic in the way the combat system works. It's not a basic, oh, you've equipped a skill and now you're just stronger. Many skills involve performing actions with people who are playing with you as well. So you activate power-ups by performing, say for example, if you perform a melee attack at pretty much the same time as one of your party members, so up to 4 people can use Wiimotes, pew 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 pew. Say for example you have a skill where if you both use a melee attack at the same time, you can gain a temporary power-up. If you both throw dynamite at the same time, you both get a power-up. And so it's quite dynamic in terms of relying on other players. You can also use a nunchuck. I forgot to grab a nunchuck for my demonstration. But in Frontier Hunters mode, you can shoot at the enemies. You have your cursor on screen, and if you have the nunchuck, you can have your melee weapon out all the time. So you can use motion controls to swing around, and it's 1-to-1. It's a little bit wobbly, but it's 1-to-1, so you can actually do melee attacks and shoot at enemies at the same time, so you can dish out extra damage. If there's smaller enemies like crows, everybody loves crows in survival horror games. If you have crows, you can actually knock them back because they're lighter enemies. All the different characters have different melee weapons as well, so they feel different in terms of their strengths and weaknesses. Some characters are a bit stronger with melee attacks. So that's quite exciting. So there is a reason to use a nunchuck as well in Frontier Hunters mode. So I was just nerding out about that mode earlier today, watching all the skills come together. Earlier in development, a few months ago, it's difficult to see the whole picture when you are in the trenches, so to speak, because you're so focused on getting things right, and especially when working with a game engine like Unity, it's always very broken and unstable. So the vast majority of development is actually not spent on developing a game, but how to engineer solutions to avoid Unity's many issues. This development was no different. It was hugely problematic, and Nintendo has been extremely supportive and understanding of that. I've been able to hopefully get around all those issues, and I'm just doing some very last minute testing tonight. I'm a bit tired to do the paperwork to submit it, so sometime tomorrow I'll make sure all my paperwork is just right, and I'll be sending in the launch day build of Inside Its Umbra. So I'm very much looking forward to that. I just want to thank everyone for your support. Thank you for looking forward to the game. I know many of you have loaded funds into your accounts ahead of time, and if you haven't yet, you still can. I'll post a link in the description and the comments. If you still need to add funds to your account, you can do that by connecting your eShop account to your Nintendo Network ID, so you can still add funds. You can't do it directly on your 3DS console, but you can do it through your Switch or your smartphone or a PC web browser. So please look forward to picking up Inside Its Umbra when it launches. I'll share more information soon. I am working on an update for Guardians and Metal Exterminators as well to improve stability on that. It was an absolute nightmare. I barely got Unity to produce a working build for that game, so I will be working on that. And I am adding Frontier Busters to Ghoul Busters. So if you enjoyed Ghoul Busters, thank you to everyone for picking up and supporting Ghoul Busters on the 3DS. It's available on all 3DS models on the eShop, but only in North America. So Frontier Busters will be a new mode for Ghoul Busters, and it will offer RPG elements and battling massive waves of enemies as a variety of different characters in the Silver Falls series. Please look forward to that. That'll be coming later on. And again, unfortunately, we're unable to bring these updates and new games to Europe. I'm not entirely sure what the situation is over there or what had transpired, but it seems the window for opportunity to send in updates and new games has passed. So unfortunately, Nintendo held the door open for us for as long as possible, but it seems like the time for new content for the 3DS and Wii U eShop in Europe is unfortunately over. So I really do apologize for everyone who was looking forward to that. I'm extremely disappointed about that as well. But we did everything we could. I worked as hard as I could. Nintendo put in a massive amount of effort, but unfortunately the situation's changed. So I'm working as hard as I can. Again, I don't know how much longer the window of opportunity will stay open for North America regions, but Nintendo has been so incredible. I'm so grateful to them, and I think they've really shown that the people who have been supporting them, lifelong supporters, especially the people that have been using 3DS and Wii U, I think Nintendo has shown that they really do care, and they really want us to be able to celebrate these consoles at the very end of it. So thank you everyone for your support. I'm just going to head back to testing now. I've pulled some very late nights in my office the past week, 2 weeks getting things done. I may be pushing it a little bit, so I need to gear down now. I'll rest half day tomorrow after I get these submissions sent in to Nintendo. So please take care of yourselves. I'll send in more updates. I'll share more updates and details about the game when I can. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm just nerding out now because the hard part of development is over and I can actually enjoy the game, and I love the light gun shooter, so I was nerding out, collecting weapons and getting skills. I was having so much fun with it, so I have a feeling that people will really enjoy it. So please take care of yourselves, everyone. I'll share more details as we get closer to the launch date for these games. Thanks again for your support. I'll see you around.